All right, everybody, welcome back to Melanin Minds, Empowering Black Women Creatives. We are on our second episode, and that means that we finally have a guest. So, I'm your host, Tashi of Midnight Comics, and just a quick reminder that the topic for this season is, of course, I forgot again, why is my brain doing things that I don't want it to do? You hopefully remember the topic. I just set it off before the recording started, and now my brain doesn't want to work. But regardless of that, don't of course forget that I will remind you fully at the end what our creative challenge is. If you turn in the creative challenge at the end of the season, we will present your creative challenge on the actual episode. So that's really fun. We have no sponsors and no announcements, so I'm going to get right into the best part, our really amazing, bubbly, fun, talented guest. Okay, we have an awesome guest who has her own two technically podcasts. I'm waiting for some updates on one of them because it's been a while, but has also recently started a comic book reading club, and it's literally one of the best comic book reading clubs out there right now. So if you haven't joined into the discussion, especially in these last few conversations as we've been talking about literally the best character ever, Storm, then you should be checking out Roomful of Blurs every Sunday. Okay? If you're not, you're missing out. So of course, if you didn't figure out who I was talking about already, I'm going to bring Kira on so she can do the best of her own introduction.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I've never. Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna. Hi, it's great to be here. I'm very, very flattered that you gave me like the compliment of compliments, because I swear to God, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, and I think I'm quirky and charming enough where I can get away with it. So I take full advantage.
You could.
But I'm learning. As soon as I get into my groove, I got it. I get it. Yeah. That's me. Hi, I'm Kira. Also known as Lady Mandalore. Second command on the wonderful, esteemed, illustrious podcast, Blur's Eye View. Yeah, we be out here in these streets, man.
Doing big things out here, okay? I am kind of waiting up on an update for the Mandalorian podcast, though. But that beautiful, sultry podcast I could listen to at night, just relaxing. Oh my God. Because, like, you have the most calming voice. Because for those who don't know, Kira's an amazing voice actor at that, okay? So.
Okay. I mean, I'd be aight. Okay. I be doing things every once in a while. It's stellar.
But now my brain is functioning. Kira's here for this first season for us to talk about activism in art, or as I explained last season, I like alliteration, but in general, we're talking about activism in the creative process. So of course we have hopefully not too long of a list of questions for Kira for us to discuss. But of course, we're going to start with the most basic, and I think I don't even know the answer to this question, and I feel bad about that. And that question is to tell us about your journey as a Black woman creative, including how you got wrapped up into the comics/manga scene.
Well, let me tell you, it was not a smooth, straight line. I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up on Voltron. I grew up on, oh my gosh, Gummy Bears, Teddy Ruxpin.
I haven't heard
Care Bears,
like Teddy Ruxpin.
I've been in it. I know, because I'm old.
We're not old. Remember, millennials, we age is better than the ones after us.
That's what they're lying. I'm very convinced that they're setting us up for a fall. It's a rope-a-dope. I don't trust. Also, I have trust issues. Also, the whole Mandalorian thing really fits me to a T. Nah, I'm looking at you for the entire time. Yeah, those things were my gateway into nerddom, blurrdom, as it were. Ooh, as a kid, definite loner. Absolutely not. I had this little bubbly small child on the inside. I just didn't have anybody to express it to, so I kind of kept to myself. That's this little blossoming flower in the middle of New York City. And then high school, I said, "Fuck it." Look, it and everybody and their mama. You too. You could catch it too. Still polite, but more. I sought my circle in my own way, and those people let me kind of opened up another door to a bigger universe. That was Adult Swim, Toonami, Dragon Ball Z. That was it for me. I know this is a little bit of a roundabout story, but I also from there went to college, thought I was going to be a psychologist, changed my mind, decided I was going to be a veterinarian. Money issues bring me down to the level of a veterinary nurse. I find my chi, I'm very happy. And then I have a little bit of a little midlife crisis. A little bit. Yeah, baby. Mama was down bad.
20s?
No, 40s.
Really?
40? Yeah, really. I've only been doing this for 2 years.
That's so crazy.
That is what I've only.
I also always forget how old you are. I always put you.
Yeah, yeah. But
that's because she has the most global face.
But I can turn this on real quick. Don't get it twisted. So I've always had a little bit of a creative journey because of my exposure to anime, to the things that boys liked. I like to build things. I like to use my hands. I like to figure out how things work. Thus me wanting to become a veterinarian because I love animals and I like to fix things. From there, I kind of expanded into board. I've never been able to draw, but I've always been able to kind of like picture things and put them together. So I would try sewing. I would try model car building, things of that nature. I still get into those things. That my journey is, like I said, it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line. No. Not at all.
Is anyone's journey truly a straight line?
No.
I feel like we all
go with it. For me, I feel like it's never been like, oh, this makes sense. You went this way and this makes sense. It's always been all over the place. There's no reason for me to have gone from wanting to be a psychologist to wanting to have a comic book reading club. How?
How came upon you.
It did. And I truly believe that, because this has been my most comfortable space that I've ever entered into. I don't know anything. That is something that I am not comfortable navigating. If I don't know something, it chaps my soul. So it does. Yeah, but this community has made me feel comfortable, confident, and creative. So this has been the safest space that I have been in the 40 years that I've been alive. I love it here. I wouldn't trade it for anything. The only regret that I have is that it took me this long to find it. Also, I talk a lot, so.
Anyway, you and Lloyd are cousins somehow. I don't know. I have always meant to bring that up because I know you're still in New York, and I know you're from New York. Where are you from? Like
Manhattan, the heart of it, baby. The originators. Oh yeah.
Okay, because you know I was born in Long Island, right? I was born in Belport.
Yep. You was in Long Island, but you wasn't in Long Island.
Yeah, no. We were out there. Now my dad grew up in the city. My dad's side of the family is still in the city, like up there. And of course
Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. All over the place. My grandfather is in, I wanna say him and my uncle are still in the Bronx. My aunt just moved, so I have no idea where she is. My other aunt, I never know where she is. And I don't know where my cousins are, but I just know they're up there somewhere. I've just always been meaning to ask you that because I'm like, we're both from there, but
yeah.
Like, where are you? Are you near my family? Are we family? I don't know.
Listen, I've got my ancestry DNA. I've got my 23andMe. If you ever decide to dip your toe in that water, it pops up. It pops up.
But stop doing that and focus on. Nobody wants to hear us talk about New York all day because we're gonna get crazy. So we're gonna move on.
I mean, it's the best.
To the next question, and that question, of course, is how has your identity and experiences of a Black woman as a Black woman influenced the work that you're doing?
It has made me want to disrupt the status quo. I am very, very, very tired. This is actually the reason why Room Full of Blurs exists. I got tired, and if you go to my Instagram, you'll see it. I got tired of people that look like this stealing from people that look like this. Sick of it. Beyond. I wanted to be a place where I could say, okay, I saw, just for example, I saw this TikTok dancer do this dance. Let me keep track of this, because if this trends, then I know that Becky over here is on some bullshit and she ain't doing it half as well, but she's getting paid 10 grand for a weak sauce ass dance. I should have asked, am I allowed to curse? Oh, I mean, it's too late now. But I figured I should have asked ahead of time.
Well grown here.
Good. So that's what's my influence has had as a Black woman has been, because I've to this day I see people take ideas from co-workers. I have literally seen it get turned into, oh, I don't think that'll work, but 2 weeks later Becky says it and magically it all makes sense. Oh my God. Can you expound on it? No, she can't. It's not her idea. Right. So guess who has to, when it gets messed up, guess who's got to fix it? No. So that's been my influence. I want to be the source of, try this, do this. This is what we've been trying to do first. This is the way, this is something innovative and helpful, progressive, and it came from us, and give us our flowers at least, or at least take this idea, give us credit, and then expound on it. I don't mind people doing that, but give me my due.
At least admit you saw it.
And that's all I want. Just give me the core. If you can excel at it better than I can, who am I to fault you? However, don't say that you were the first one that ever thought of it.
Right.
No,
let's be fair. The culture vultures didn't think of most of the stuff.
You mean, I think, what is it? Mr. Kelsey's Fade? The latest in a series?
I'm just glad he came to the defense of the stupidity. He said, you're not about to have me messed up during Black History Month. Look.
I wish he had said it just like that. I wish he had said it just like that. You ain't got to say the 1st of February, homie. Say the whole thing. Say it loud and proud with your chest. Right. We all know what month it is.
I think he was a little scared. Hey, Wildin'.
They trying to take out you and your little girlfriend as it is. Just go. You might go for broke. Right. What they're gonna do? You already got the Super Bowl ring. You good? They're not gonna take you out. Be brave, homie. Coward.
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
But going with what you said too, though, I don't know if you saw the comment that I made on the short about Static Shock getting canceled. I know as far as because I know he does like, I stand by that. They steal our stuff, and then the stuff that centers around us, they intentionally sabotage to say, see, look, it doesn't make money. And so now they have an excuse when they don't include us in stuff.
Unless it's shucking and jiving, like Tubi.
Or thugging. And so
coward. I can't look.
I was gonna say, what are the most popular Black shows on TV right now?
I get it. I didn't watch the full series, but I watched Power. The drama, yes, it was there, yes. But
what's that? Is Mary Jane? Is Mary Jane Power?
No,
or is that the other one? Which one is that?
Are you talking about being Mary Jane or becoming Mary Jane?
No,
something like that.
Is Mary J. Blige in Power, or
she's in? I think she's in the whatever offshoot they got going on now, like
okay,
Power Book 3 or something like that.
Okay, so when we were waiting at the tattoo parlor, we saw like half a season of that, and I was like, I get why people watch it, because if you sit there and watch it, the story is pulling you in. So I get it. Yes. But I'm not gonna just turn it on. I can't.
See, I've got. I also go by story horror. If you can't get me, I'm so sorry about my New York Citying in the background. If you can hear anything,
I'm in the suburbs, and we get that because we live across from a fire station and a police station.
Okay, so nobody understands that. I've got 2 hospitals. I've got a police station and a fire station next to me. 2 hospitals, 3 hospitals.
Also, I used to visit my aunt all the time. She lived right next to the train tracks. So her apartment in New York was literally like out her window was the train tracks. I get it.
Yeah, that sounds like the 5. What was I saying? Tubi. I don't.
Now that's a guilty pleasure.
We have options. Like, I get it. I don't mind seeing the villain. I don't mind us occasionally having the drug dealer series. That's fine. What is it? Ozarks? They have their one, or no, and Breaking Bad, 2, major series. But there's more to us than that. You can be compelled to watch something that's built in fantasy, that's built in sci-fi, that's built on I don't fucking know, music, horror.
God, I love horror movies, but I want to see so much, and that's why
Jordan Peele. I
love horror movies, and I'm tired of either no black people or the black people die. Let's be real, we wouldn't die.
We're not in the hole. We're not there, and if we are,
we wouldn't die.
Pooh, take her. I know you don't want me. Just whoever is the main person you want. Pooh. Goodbye.
I'm gonna go home and lock my doors. So, how do you see art or comics or manga or even just like your show as a tool for activism and social change?
You gave me this question ahead of time, okay, and I have been thinking. Not that I don't have an answer, but there are so many answers. I'll start with me, for myself. With the climate that we're currently in, I feel like we are inundated with nonsense. Every moment of your waking day, you're inundated with stuff. So for me, I try to find stories that propel us to a higher level. I want people to expand their thinking. I find that I don't necessarily think like other people, which is okay. And so I take it upon myself to try to open up people's minds and at least make them take an object and kind of spin it at a different angle, so that they can get a different vantage point or a different viewpoint and then think about the issue from that perspective. And if they want to come back to their own perspective on everything, but at least to open up that corner of their mind. There was just doing one of the episodes, I think it was X-Men. Yeah, it was X-Men Red, talking about how the Shi'ar set up the Kree to make it look like the Shi'ar had weapons of mass destruction that they were creating in this hospital.
Yep.
And they basically lied in order to get the Kree to fire upon them. So with what's going on currently, I won't say the word so we get flagged.
Yeah.
What is currently going on over in a particularly arid area of the world, like SAT words, it definitely hit buttons in my brain to say, okay, I'm not saying that this is exactly what's happening over there, but can you see how
The parallels.
something, and this is before they were doing what they're doing over there? Just
X-Men is never not relevant.
They have been
And that's why
more
I'm
on
big
point with their future stories than The Simpsons, in my opinion.
You know for facts that you will not get an argument from me about that. You already know this. You know me and X-Men, so there will be no arguments.
A tool of activism. So it's that. It's to open up people's minds. It's not to shove something down anybody's throat, but it's to bring attention and awareness to issues that people aren't exposed to at any in their day-to-day lives. Other pieces of art, it's just to piss people off. It's to incite change. It's to incite a riot. It's to inspire people to move, to motivate themselves to do something. Do you want to make another piece of art in order to keep this feeling going? Do you want to go to your local I don't know, a politician's office and perform a sit out because because this has inspired you to do that kind of activism? That's the purpose of art and comics for me. Yeah, I like to piss people off too. It's fun. I like to, I like to be a catalyst for change, no matter how small it is. I like the thought that maybe I've sparked something in somebody to curse your co-worker out tomorrow. Go ahead, go for it. Let's see what happens. Only if you deserve it. Don't wild out and get fired. That's also a catalyst for change. Don't let's think about it. Strategize before you just fly off the hinges. But incite some change.
A spark, no matter how small, can lead to a fire. I'm gonna write that down.
Burn it.
I'm gonna write that down. But I know you were like, you don't think like other people or what, and I think you might be surprised how many people think along those same lines. Like when I post the first episode of this, if you watch it, I want you to hear what I say about why art and comics is important for activism and social change. I want you to hear what I say because you might find that a lot of the sentences are very similar. That's why I was smirking just now. I was cheesing. I was just like,
bing, bing, hitting notes. I feel like that should be a very easy answer. Like if you understand any kind of art, and I think that's another issue. I don't think enough people understand what art what forms art can actually show up as. It's not always something in the Louvre. It's sometimes what's this man's name? Overrated, Banksy. Sometimes. I've got shit in my room. I've got stuff in my room right now. That's wait, who said what? Wait, what you?
What I do? So silly, you got me cracking up.
I'm sorry. What's Banksy do? He does. Okay. Banksy, when he was less known, Banksy was doing that shit. He was on his shit. He was saying things and doing things and being mysterious and all that kind of stuff. But now it's like it feels commercial. Like I know that he's not. Like at his core, it's not. But I don't get what his purpose is anymore. Like it's changed a little bit. It's not drastic. It's not to say he's a bad artist. It's more of it feels like it's a gimmick. And that might be because of media, which is also another form of art as well.
Possible.
Yeah.
I won't lie, I fell off, so I can't even speak on it because I fell off a little while back. And that's more on just how I don't always remember to keep up with stuff because my brain doesn't function like normal humans. It's more on that than losing interest to even know where we are at this point. So
I can't keep up with shit. It's not just your brain. It's society as a whole, and I blame real world for all the shit that's going on. Reality TV has been
real world rules.
It's been a steady spine. Oh Jesus! See, you get anxiety just thinking about that shit. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But yeah, I don't think enough people recognize art when they see it outside of it being in a museum. That's my point. I don't think
most people don't appreciate it. They don't. That's why
they don't. I don't think they know how to anymore. No, I'm with you.
Which isn't too bad. It should be pretty simple, especially for us. Why is representation in the artist, comic, manga community so important, particularly for Black women?
Because we don't exist most of the time. There's like 2 of us that are respected. There's not enough, and I'm gonna get into this aspect on my podcast. But since it's pre-recorded, since we're recording this, I'm gonna give it to you now. Why has Storm never been written by a Black woman? Never. In the series of X-Men, not these little offshoot books where they give somebody a little bit of shine for one fucking book and they don't even promote it or they don't even say anything, they don't even show it online or anywhere. The actual X-Men series. Why has not ever, no input that I know of, never for Storm? Why can't a Black woman? I will take a backseat, even though this is not my intent. Why can't you get any woman of color to write for Storm? If you had,
well, no,
do that.
Never mind.
It's that shit pissed me off. I sat there and I looked and I said, wait. And I called up. I texted several people that shout out to Nate Montel, shout out to Chris Fury.
I know Nate.
Am I bugging? Like, they ain't never ever, not once, did they even refer to somebody or give thanks in like a post? Nothing. I think that is very telling to this day of women of color in general, let alone Black women, having a very low presence or respectability too within the realm of manga. Don't get me started on manga.
For another whole episode on manga. So
manga can kiss my Black ass, okay? With them big ass fucking lips and the whole thing. But American comics, long way to go. Appreciate, thanks to a point. But less
minimum is not allowed.
It's not. The bar. I don't even know. I can't see the bar. There is no bar. Storm.
The bar is below hell.
It is she is goals forever and ever. I will even give it to Vixen and sometime a very
always trying to stay away from my Vixen soapbox.
She's straight. But if there are times where I can't tell if I don't, everybody else in DC and Marvel is a completely different color. You could probably say that they are some form of a minority. In the real world, you could probably attach them to some region of the world. But brown is a very difficult color to come by in these comics in general. And boobs.
But when you brought up the Black women writing, it reminded me of last Black History. I don't know if you remember, about all the, especially Black women, but it wasn't just Black, it was men too, who got on to write for the Black History Month stuff specifically for DC, and then when it was all over, everybody was let go.
Gone. Never to be heard from again.
You couldn't think of a single thing. Again, I'm not going to stay on it for very long. I swear. Again, Vixen hasn't had a solo run in age. You couldn't put one of them on that?
For what? No. She doesn't sell. Women superheroes don't sell. And you Blackest Nights and what? We don't do that here. What are you talking? Right. Why would we? We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Oh, you filthy bald-headed animal.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not staying on the Vixen soapbox. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about it. And I'm going to move on.
Okay.
Because I can just do a whole nother episode on that. Okay.
I'll be here.
Next question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you approach representation, and what impact do you hope it has on your audience?
I don't know if I'm going to answer this the right way.
There are no right or wrong answers.
Okay. My approach to representation is I want to be so deep in my shit that I know what it feels like for these white people currently. I don't want to have to see. Why do I have to think about? Oh, you're here? Oh. I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, I'm happy for you to have. That's what I want. I want war. I want war.
You're the correct response was not, I don't know if I'm going to answer this right. It was, I'm not going to say this the politically right way to give into white fragility.
No,
we don't do that here.
No, not this. Let me.
This house right here is about Black women, because we are the most marginalized and underrepresented group, especially in the comics and manga space. That's what this house is about. We aren't worried about white fragility. We aren't worried about male fragility here.
Sorry, okay? Not sorry.
If the man backstage can handle it, the rest of y'all can too.
I mean, we y'all all right. Yeah, you're all right, but y'all had your time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we got the space.
Time for a new king.
Time for it is. Or a queen. Oh, empress, if you will. Representation. What was the second part of the question? And how do I...
The impact you hope it has on your audience.
I want them to get on this shit too. I want them to run out there and be like, "Oh shit, you here?" Yeah, I want them to
get on your BS.
Oh shit! They make you still. That's what I want. That is what I want. I don't want eradication. I want inundation. I want to be inundated with us. I'm only running wild on here for y'all because I got an audience I'm trying to bring in. I don't want the hoteps to find me.
You let me deal with that.
But that's
there's a side of me that a lot of y'all haven't seen yet. I will deal with that.
They don't see it. This is Mandalore, okay? This is Mandalore quiet. I'm trying to be real polite and
true.
Not Angela Davis with
you
mine.
Should thank her.
I'm just saying. I'm polite yet strategic.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yes.
So, but this next one, I feel like it ties into this last one, and I'm actually really hyped because I know what you do, but the audience may not know what you do. So, getting into this next question, how do you use your platform to amplify the voices of other marginalized or underrepresented creators?
I know how to take a back seat for a cause. I will go out of my way to find people that are just starting out. Shout out to the Super Breakdown podcast. They just got out here. They're
They are
doing their
doing.
things. Lord, I will find, there are people in my circle that, including myself sometimes, because we all need somebody to lift them up a little bit. Humble. There are people in my circle that I will push, because if I push them, their reach will go so much further than mine can, and that brings me the ultimate joy. I just want to say, again, it's about that spark. It's about that inspiration. I don't want to be. I'm gonna tell a story.
Story time.
Story time. There was a night that they had the Walking Dead premiere at it was the first time they ever had the Walking Dead premiere at Madison Square Garden, and I got tickets. Best fucking night. Everybody's, going out, the crowd's dispersing, but me and my friend, we live here, we know if you go out around the corner, that's where they bring all the celebrities out, and you can get a picture with them if they're not in the van being sped off somewhere. So we're all standing outside and waiting, and there was a guy that was giving a speech, and he was the owner of a speech at Madison Square Garden, to basically bring everybody on stage. He was he wasn't, I can't remember what his title, but he basically was one of the head honchos of AMC, the network itself. Walks out, takes a peek at everybody, talks to a couple of people, goes into the subway of New York City. That man is worth how many multi-millions of dollars? That's what I want. I want y'all to shine so that I can get on the subway and go home.
He's also smart enough to know driving around New York City is a bad idea.
You're not getting anywhere soon.
Take this
not at all. Yeah.
Take it from some people who know.
To Metro North to Connecticut, because I'm sure that's where his palatial estate is. But that's the vehicle that I want to be. I want to be, no pun intended, I want to be the car that everybody gets in to get where they're going, and then get off at their destination, and I go and do more laps for more people. Yeah, I'm out here hunting on Instagram on a regular basis. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a talent seeker or anything like that, but if I like your shit and you're trying to put yourself on, go this way. Go, okay, don't stop doing. Go. All right, here, I'm gonna post you here as much as I possibly can in order to get you something. I don't have much, but maybe somebody else that's following me will take you to this particular go. Come here, go away.
And best believe if you make a fan out of Kira, you gonna get hyped up. You're gonna get the shares, the likes, the shout outs, the everything. Okay, I know.
Why didn't y'all get your tickets for Virtuous Con yet? When are y'all gonna go pick up that brand new Demon Slayer? Y'all got that Demon Slayer book yet? What about what is it? Oh Lord Jesus! Did you go see Origin? Because this is the book that is based. Don't get me started on fangirling out on something. I will Star Wars, anything and everything, Game of Thrones. If I like it, it's good. Or at the very least, it has a lot of potential. So, like Midnight Comics.
And you know we here on Star Wars stuff. So. Next question. Okay, I'm gonna read the next question, and I think I sent you. What are some challenges you face as a Black woman creative in the space, and how have you overcome that?
You did not send me that one, and I'm
not the one I triggered. Okay.
No. But it's fine. You good. It's the typical bullshit. It's the, oh, you don't know? Well, let me tell you, even though you didn't ask for my opinion, you don't know what you're talking about, but you see, this is how the women's don't know. I get those.
That back and forth on your post that one day after you had done the podcast. I think it was the second episode. That back and forth. I was like, sir, you're not even on. You're not on topic right now. What are you even on about?
No. How is How is white hair strictly Asian? I'm so mad that he took that out and edited that part of the comment. I'm so mad because it make me look wild crazy. But it's
Wow, I didn't see that.
minuscule. It's bullshit. Like, don't be uneducated. Like, I understand that you have your own, and this is where it comes back to me giving people a different vantage point to look from. If you would only just open up your mind just a little bit. It's very, very frustrating, and it's more frustrating when it comes from people that look like
Skin folk.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I will never accept it. That's just not going to happen.
No.
I could understand it. I think I can understand it, but it still does not make any sense, if that makes sense.
I think we're here.
Okay.
I think we're here. We're not going to say it, and I think it's a discussion that Lloyd and I have had before. I did not know about that last part, though. I did not know about him sharing the comment and editing what he said to make you look different. And isn't that just like what they like to do? And then they say black women are
That's
crazy.
not what I said.
No, sir. You changed the story to make the black woman look crazy.
It's the it's also the I have been blessed to, within the short amount of time that I've been doing this, to have the amount of, I'm gonna call it success in my head. Success.
I believe that's the right word.
I mean, it's all right. Yeah. And not to have that many horror stories. And I think that's because of the genuine path that I'm on. If I'm not vibing with you, there's 40 years of experience of being fucked over in here, and I listen to it now. I listen to it. There have been a few people where I'm like, I'm gonna give you one chance, and that one time, I'm like, nope, I was right, and I should have just listened to myself. Then there's the politics behind it too, because you don't know who's gonna be in what position as you're moving through these spaces. So it's very, especially as a woman, it's very, very delicate tiptoeing around a lot of egos.
Another reason why women belong in positions of power.
Yeah, but they think we're crazy anyway. So I mean, because this is usually the smiley, happy, all right, that's weird, but okay, cool type of face. But if you turn,
you done messed up.
You done fucked up, and you probably can't come back from it, because I've seen the steps that you got. Oh God, it's nah. Even if you didn't do it intentionally, if you're making moves that make my goals harder, B, I can't fuck with you right now, man. You on, not man, but man, like person. I can't rock with you right now, homie. Can't rock with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's all in the, it is what it is.
What it is.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
This next one might sound similar to the last question, but I feel like it's different.
It probably is.
So the next question is, how do you collaborate with other creatives to amplify your message? And what roles does the community play in your creative process?
I ask. I have conversations. I get interested in their, if I become a fan of their stuff. I try to not sell myself, because it makes it weird for me. I'm more trying to build a better circle, or a bigger circle. I am horrible at promoting myself. I will promote that I don't promote myself more than I will actually promote myself. So in an effort to, that's the way that I amplify my message. I will go to other people's spaces and try to I hate fucking promoting myself. I hate talking about myself. I will talk about anybody and everybody else's mama all day, every day until I'm blue in the face.
I think mama.
Jesus criminy. What role does community play in your creative process? Because you see, I just skipped past that first one. Okay, no. How do you collaborate with other creatives? I will post on Instagram.
Your message.
Who? Me? What? What?
You collaborate and amplify your message because you have a message.
I collaborate and amplify by being present on other people's podcasts, guest host. I am currently with oh my god, do I not promote myself? Podcasting, man, this is how I get my message out. I very much like word of mouth. I don't, honest to God, please don't blacklist me. I don't like social media. I hate that hoe. I do not like it in any capacity at all. I think it is absolute trash. I prefer word of mouth, and unfortunately, social media is the best way to disseminate that information right now. I prefer to spread my message through cons. I prefer to meet people face to face and talk to them and network that way, even though that gives me anxiety like hell. I prefer to do that. So that's how I get my word of mouth out. I will cross promote or collaborate with things like Otaku Noir in order to put their message out, because their message is also similar to my message. I want Black creatives to be present and known throughout the globe. And what better way than to put stuff in a box and send it to people?
Right. My Otaku Noir box.
My next one. I gotta get it by the 29th. Ooh, yeah, I gotta order that one.
That's for this month. So I guess it is too late to get this month's. I need.
No. You have until the 29th. 29th.
Oh, you have until it. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. No, you good. You still good.
Craving one of those for like a year. Jesus, it's been broke.
I got you. What was the second half of the question? Because I was desperate to not answer this first one. Oh my gosh.
It was not him putting it back up. What role does the community play in your creative process? Thank you.
This is a dangerous one for me because I pride myself on not copying other people's work. I will not do that unless somebody has physically said and shoved it in my face, if you don't take this, I'm going to hurt you. My avatar on my room full of blurs, the black and pink girl, somebody just gave that to me, and to this day can't find him. I would love to be able to. I cannot find this person.
They just gave it to you and vanished.
Yeah, gone forever. Shout out to anybody on Fanbase. If you recognize what you did or what you sent, it's appreciated. I know I've seen it on Navy's stuff. He usually has a shirt that has the same girl on it, so I don't know if that's the same person. He definitely I look at other people do what they're doing and I say, okay, Black Gay Comic Geek, he's got his share like for the all gay rhythm. I love that. And so
it flows off the tongue so well. The all gay rhythm.
Yes. I would love to come up with, I do not have a catchphrase yet. I want to come up with a catchphrase, and right now all I have is F the algorithm, and that's still not mine. I think that's just a collective thought.
But you spoke it.
I'm possibly. Everybody that I have come into contact with, no matter I'm not a big person. Like, no matter how small they think they are in that moment, the thing that they're doing is inspiring me to do something else. And I think that is something that we as a community have not truly tapped into, and that is a fucking gold mine. Excuse me. It's hard. I think there's a lot of, again, there's a little bit of pride, hesitation, distrust, even because we have been burned in this community by many creators. Not majority, but too many for us to not be side-eyeing stuff when it comes at us. But the wealth that we do have that is trustworthy is immeasurable. And I look to us. God, I'm getting all fucking, it's Saturday. What is it? After school special. Yeah, Jesus. But it's something at 3:00 or 4:00. But it's the truth. And me being in this space, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think that was true until I got here. And I've seen, like, I've been to the promised land, y'all. It's real. It's gorgeous and it's real. And I want everybody to feel this way. I want us to have that good sense of community again. And this has been the most consistent, uplifting, even though, you get, sometimes you fight with your brothers and your sisters or your cousins or your auntie or whatever. But as a whole, I feel like there's this wave of people that would have my back in some minute fashion if they could. I don't feel threatened at all. And that is a wonderful, as a Black woman, that is a wonderful fucking feeling. Oh,
I think that initial struggle, I guess, and I think it's something we were talking about this morning, as we take our morning walks, and we always end up in some kind of crazy conversation. And it's something we were talking about this morning. That initial struggle comes from, depending on the person, but I feel like for a lot of us, it's past trauma. The trauma in trusting people, trauma in depending on people, especially for Black women specifically. We have this trauma of, okay, I put my trust in you, I was depending on you, and you screwed me over. You treated me like I was other or nothing. And so now as we meet future people, we're just like, I'm going to keep my eye out for just a second, and I'm going to wait and see what happens. Because I had this long-standing traumatic past of not being able to trust people.
Yeah. Is it the word pervasive? I think pervasive throughout the community, if you went up to any Black woman today and you asked her if she could trust somebody without question, be a very long pause. And that is scary.
I want to say it's definitely 90% of us. And even if it's not in the moment, like if you were to ask me that question, I have an answer.
Yeah.
But like,
we're in this space, in this headspace. Yeah.
Right. Like, ask me that question. How long have I been married? Like 14 years ago. This is a constant battle with us. Don't worry about it. He's like if you asked me this question 14 years ago, it would be a long pause.
Yeah. I today, as I guess if you ask me today, Chris Fury. Today is Chris Fury. I not even a hesitation. If I needed to do a trust fall, and even if he had a bum ass knee, I know he would still try to catch me.
I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah.
I think
second and third place is a little. There are people that are there, but they're interchangeable, and it depends on the situation.
I think we're at a good point now where we're in this place where we have met some really cool, and it's nice to know that we know some really cool male blurs.
Yes,
that will have our back.
Yeah,
because that's definitely not always easy.
No.
Either.
Yeah. No.
but also on what you said just about the community as a whole, if we all just came together and all did what we said we were going to do and uplifting each other, and that's another thing we were talking about this morning, if we were all uplifting each other, then we would all be so much better off and we could all win. And is that not the goal, for everyone to win?
Right. Yeah, I gotta give shout outs because I'm thinking of all the people that that have helped me mentally get here, even if they didn't know it. First person I ever interviewed, Ozzy the Virus. You my dog forever and ever, amen. Shout out to Frankie, Fantastic Frankie. She came on my first Instagram live. Shout out to Black Gay Comic Geek. He's invited me several times. Well, I think 2 times now. Twice? 3 times. Don't matter. On his show and been extremely supportive. Huh?
He seems like such a fun person to chat with.
He's a bubble. He's trouble though. He trouble, but I like it.
But that's great.
Yeah, wonderful person. Jesus, my fan base crew. Good Lord. Tafari TV, Swift Streams, Dream Impact Comics, Joni, Lord, oh God, Shoyo, aka Adventure Time TV, no VR. I'm sorry. God, I'm gonna forget somebody. Oh my God, Olivia. Even though I'm not gonna say her last name because that's her whole government. Yeah.
Saying anybody you didn't mention, we charge it to her head and not her heart. It's late and we're tired. Okay.
Correct.
Not intentional.
Everybody at fucking Blurred's Eye.
I was wondering if you go to Blurred's Eye View crew.
They know they're my homies. Though that's my heart too. That's my heart. That's my foundation. That's my team. Everybody that's on there too. And through them, they've got their circle that they trust implicitly too. Oh yeah. It's nice out there. It is nice out there. It's not all backbiting. It's not all crabs in a barrel. It's nice. Where I'm at right now in this moment is I would not trade it for the world.
We just have to fight through the trauma, heal, and find that right people. Okay. And speaking of the right people, I do have one last question.
Ooh.
It's a big one, and this might be what I think.
Okay.
Can you share a Black woman activist or artist or creative that inspires you, and why?
There are several. Fantastic Frankie, creator of Virtuous Con, Cerise Rennie, girl. Where is my Jesus when I need him? I'm not even religious, but I'd like to buy a vowel.
He's tired too.
Oh my God. You specifically, you, Tasha. God damn it, DJ Watkins. She's from New York. She has left me destitute to live in New Mexico. I was distraught when she left.
Says this all in love.
Distraught. Love her. It's Miss Olurin on Instagram, but it's Olayemi Olurin.
That sounds familiar.
Little Nigerian, if you can't tell. Just a little.
But it sounds familiar. I feel like I've either seen her or heard of her or maybe follow her.
I'm cheating on her Instagram. She's actually a movement lawyer and a political commentator.
That's fire.
She be getting in our mayors.
Good.
I love it.
Good.
2 fingers. I cannot wait.
Fingers?
2.
Nope.
Hey!
It worked for you. See, I told you to work for you. I also thank you. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. No, dude. You Jesus. You and your husband, even though I know no boys allowed right now.
We talked about Super Breakdown. That's 3 guys.
He's fine. Y'all really are, and y'all are my inspiration, to be honest. Y'all were actually one of the first comic creators that I got to do any kind of collaboration with, and really, and just be engrossed in what y'all are doing and the message that you're trying to put out there. Yeah, Y'all are my Marvel. Y'all are my indie Marvel. I'm not even trying to blow smoke in your behind, but y'all are my indie Marvel. Yeah, likes it. I likes it.
You have no idea how much we down ourselves behind the scenes. I'm just gonna say
I know y'all do, and y'all need to stop that shit. Yeah.
No.
So what is that? Self imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
That everybody suffers from it. I get it. I suffer from it. I be sitting in here like, I don't understand why these motherfuckers be listening to me. Who the fuck am I? I ain't nobody, but y'all here, and I got to keep tap dancing. So I guess I'm doing something right. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it eats me alive in every facet, because of course I'm a creative, from comics to theater to voice acting, and every facet of my life it eats me alive. It's working through it. All right. Thank God for my future therapist, because I lost my last one. I don't know what happened to her. She kind of went AWOL. So we're gonna find a new one.
Not a Lifetime miniseries on my therapist went missing. What?
we go find a new one. We go find somebody who's not gonna disappear on us.
Yes, please.
But thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for always being so supportive. Thank you for coming here. I'm honored, because I always enjoy you. Thank you, period. And of course, before we close out, of course, I want to remind everybody that we do have our creator challenge, or our creative challenge, or whatever I'm calling it. You know what I'm talking about if you watched the first episode or the beginning of this one. Remember that, of course, the theme for this season is activism in art. So what I want everyone to do is submit some kind of art. That's dance, that's poetry, that's art, that's a mini comic, that's build a statue, a bust, anything.
Spoken word, something
that shows your activism in some kind of way, or something you believe would spark social change. Because remember that a little spark can make a big fire. So just remember, that is a creative challenge. We will share as many of those on the last episode of the season as we can. And now it's time for our Women's History Fact of the Day. Today, Mary Jane Patterson was the first Black woman to receive a BA degree in 1862 from Oberlin College. And I'd also like to add that she was also the first college professor, but I forgot which college which she was a professor at, so that's my fault. I apologize. But still.
HBCU.
I don't think it was, but
it's fine.
It was still 1800s, so we were still formulating those up. But that is our Women's History Fact of the Day. The point of these is to look it up for yourself, so go figure it out. So, of course, I don't have any comments to read or anything else like that. Remember, you can still submit stories about amazing Black women in your life for me to read on the podcast. But with that being said, that is it. That's all we have for today. This has been Melanin Minds, empowering Black creatives, and we will see you next time.